We're joined by Gotham head coach Juan Carlos Amorós. Juan, if you could just start us off with your thoughts on Bay tomorrow, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, very important game for us here at home again in our stadium. I think we've only played 5 games so far this year, so we're looking forward to play our sixth one. Bay is a team that it brings a lot of threats. They've had a lot of changes during the year in terms of who does what roles, but I think the threats are there. The team that is looking very good, sharp offensively, so they're gonna definitely present some problems there, and we hope that we can give our fans a great game, control the game, and win. But we are sure it's gonna be also a difficult game, no?
Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Hello, Andrew.
Um, we just talked with Josephine and kind of talked about her transition to Gotham and everything. And I was just curious from your perspective, what really stood out about her maybe style of play or what she can bring to Gotham, and what kind of role do you envision for her kind of from the start here as she sort of starts to get acclimated?
Yeah, well, Josie is part of a program that we've been trying to develop internally, where we've had some of the college players coming to train with us. She came last year kind of at the same time that Charles Szupanski or Lily Rio did, and I'm very glad she did, no, because I would say, and I was chatting actually today with her, is a difficult player to scout because her main strengths are how clever she is, how she reads the game, how she positions herself, how good she and clean she is technically. So she's definitely someone that is going to add to our midfield, wherever the role it is. She's a player that can be, an organizer of the game, but then she's also a player that can arrive on the opposite box. So is someone that we really value, that we think can give us another dimension in that midfield. And together with Neely and Taryn, Jalen, Sarah, who have been playing a lot this year, but now also with the recoveries now of Rose and Sophia, that can give us a little bit of a strength in that position. Also looking at that we are the team in the NWSL that plays the most games during the year. A lot of our players are international. I think we have 10 going now between, like senior players, young players of the US, players going to the Euros, the Africa Cup of Nations, the Copa America. So I think it's important for us to have a strong competitive roster, and it definitely adds into that. No?
And then just like a logistical question, do you expect her to be available tomorrow, or is it more of like could the adjustment take longer than that before she's available?
No, she will be available tomorrow. She came in and was available also last week in Utah. So yeah, I think we haven't had any issues medically in there. So yeah, she will be in the roster tomorrow.
And then one quickly on Lily, her call up to the United States national team camp this week. Just what's impressed you about the way she's adjusted to the NWSL level, and what have you learned from maybe watching her defend and kind of you know navigate her first season here?
Yeah, well, I think again, Lily, no, part of that group of players that came last year, she really impressed us from the set go. I think maybe at the beginning we were looking more ahead on the center back position when she came in last year, but then the more we analyzed her in the off season, we thought that she could also help us on that number 3, and in the left back. You just mentioned in there about her defending. I think one of her strengths is also the attacking. She's a player that can really progress the play, go a fantastic left foot, a good eye for combinations. She's quick, but she's super powerful over a short distance, and she really fits into that profile of player that we need in those positions. We're trying to help her in the adaptation, but she's helping herself, like she's been a fantastic human being off the pitch. She really helps. She got the most of the time she's been playing obviously with Emily, who is a fantastic senior player. Then the connection with Jalen in the area, and then she's starting to have a good connection also with Jace, even if the language barrier is there, but it's fine, and they're doing a great job together. We could see how they link up, for example, for for that second goal last week, the three of them, no, Jalen and Jace and herself. So yeah, super proud of her. It's a question of for us trying to facilitate her growth, her progression, and that she keeps going in that direction. No?
Sean, go ahead.
Sean Suckling, Allen Magazine. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with us today, Coach. You have amassed a number of players on your team, players that have moved on from your team that are all playing, and you just listed a bunch of different levels of playing at internationally, tournaments and whatnot. What do you think it is about, particularly ones that hadn't played at that level before coming to your team, that's caused this to happen? Do you credit them developing on their own? Your coaching staff? Is there anything that you would directly attribute that to?
Well, I think definitely in this case we're talking about all the aspects. No, we try to take care of all of them. I think on the individual side, Anton Blackwood is doing a fantastic job in terms of trying to help us organize the plans for each of them. They got the coaches assigned, whatever it is, Sean, Ak, Jen, Will, Brody on the Amish on the goalkeeper cases. Like we have a very strong technical team with Andy as well, and then ultimately for me is what they do, you know, like how they start implementing the little details, the connection within the system, and start like flourishing in those aspects. I think we always try to create, in our style, the structure, fluidity. We try to have a very solid and clear defending style with the roles everyone needs to feel. And on the fluidity, we have a lot more freedom. We try to create game plans or situations that really adapt a lot more to our players to try to maximize what they can bring. And I think they then excel within that frame. And this is the case of Lily, of Sarah, of maybe even Mac now that's starting to go to the 17s, but maybe more on the younger side. But then we also have maybe someone like Esther now coming back to the national team after a year and a bit out, and thanks to her performances here, Gotham is now obviously earning that call for the Euros, and hopefully she can start and do really well there. No?
Any other questions for Juan?
Please, yes.
Go on, Sean. She said that she wants another one.
Gracias.
Go on, Sean.
What unique challenge or challenges do you feel Bay presents to you that vary from more recent competitions, including the games in Mexico?
Well, I think they obviously have a big threat in terms of the forward line. I think Rachel Kundananji and Osoala that have been always kind of playing. I think they go like, obviously that's a big threat more on the senior side. I think Taylor Huff is adapted to the league fantastically well. He's giving them another dimension from that number 10 position. They go, Lema is doing really well, Rachel Hill. Then they are a team that on the offensive side with how they join in with Caprice, fantastic girl, fantastic player, and Malonson. They're gonna give us a lot of headaches in terms of the defending side. So I think that is a little bit different. No? I think they're a team that really push players forward, that really have that speed and power up top. So I think that's a little bit different to the last few challenges we've had. No.